Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of How To with the Hippie Goth. In today's episode, we're going to talk about offset gaps and a few other fun stuff. What we're doing today is doing an offset for text when you're making stickers, because sometimes gaps show up and some people just don't know how to handle them. So I'm going to show you what I do in order to make this a fairly quick and easy process. So as you can see here on my screen, I already have a text up and it's already set as a text, offset gaps and other fun stuff, right? And then all I'm going to do is click it and right click and go to create outlines, because it needs to be an outline in order for you to offset it. And then I'm going to go up here to object, path, and offset path. As you can see here, I have it set to 0.07. That's what I normally do for text, is I set it to 0.07. So that way it closes all the gaps. Now, if you still have a whole bunch of gaps where each line is not touching, maybe you'll want to shrink the line a little bit, or you can go into what's the word I'm looking here? The direct selection tool, and actually directly change the points. So back to the offset here. So path, offset path. I'm going to click OK. Now, as you can see here, everything is not merged yet or welded. So I'm going to go over here to Pathfinder, and I'm going to click on Unite, and that's going to unite everything. But you still see a lot of gaps, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click out of here. And now you're going to see that the text is already grouped with the offset. So I'm going to ungroup it. So right click ungroup. So now everything's ungrouped, but you still have a lot of gaps that need to be taken away. So the next thing you're going to do is right click and go to release compound. And that releases all the compounds. Then you can go hold down your shift key and click on the outline. So it deselects it, and then everything that was released from the compound path is selected. Then all you have to do is hit delete, and that takes care of that. But now you see down here I still have a gap, right? So we're going to zoom in with Control Plus, and we're going to take care of that gap with the direct selection tool. So I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit closer here. What we're going to do is we're going to double click on this anchor. We're going to drag it up to here. Then we go back to the selection tool and then over to Pathfinder, and we're going to unite. Then we're going to go to release compound path. Hold down your shift key and click that. So that way the only one thing is selected, and then click delete and then tap delete. And that's how you change the gaps. So now we have our offset, but we can't see any of the text. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off background color, and then I'm going to make the cut line blue, because that's what I do for my stuff. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to call it Cutlines. And then I'm going to move my cut line to that layer. Now, normally what you do if for the whole kit, if you have like multiple of these. So let's do this. I'm going to make we're going to group all the text together back again, and then we're going to copy paste like we're making a full-size sticker sheet here. 3 is good enough, and then I'm going to select them all and then deselect all the text by holding down the shift key. Then you hit Control G. So all the cut lines are going to be on the cut line layer. So when I go to print, all I have to do is toggle the visibility for that layer, and it turns off the cut lines, and the cut lines will not print when you go to print it. So that's how I do everything with Cutlines and text. If you have any questions, comments, anything else you'd like me to show you, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you everybody for watching, and have a great week.